Hello and welcome to round one. We're on the play. So the biggest issue with this deck that I have is being able to finish a game on time. We're mulliganing this hand because we have no way to get Tortured Existence. We're going to keep this hand because we have a turn 2 existence, and if we can draw a forest, I think we're in pretty good shape. But it is kind of sketchy. This white splash is hitting us. Anyway, what I was saying is the biggest problem with this deck is usually being able to finish matches on time. So I might do a bit less talking, depending on what I see from my opponent. If it looks like it's going to be a very grindy matchup, I might have to talk quite a bit. Tortured Existence, I'll play. I think I want to play the Baron more. Just hitting as many land drops as possible is nice. The thought was to cycle it trying to hit a forest, because once I hit Vessel of Nascency, then I can start doing things, but this lets me play Crypt Rats, so I can be protected against an aggressive start. And seeing Plains makes me think that they're a creature deck, so Crypt Rats plus Stinkweed Imp could be pretty nice. Okay, blue-white. Oh no. Okay, we need to get Crypt Rats down and hope to draw a Swamp so we can start killing their creatures. Forest was the worst draw on our deck. Yeah, we're kind of up against it. So at least we have a very good sideboard for this matchup. We can bring a lot of the hand disruption. And yeah. But we're really hurting for a forest. Any Evolving Wilds gets us there. We have quite a bit of forests. Blue and green cost one less. Yep. So I'm just going to F6 through his turn because this game can come down to time, and I really hate having to make decisions rushed. Yep, Compulsive Research. Costing one less is so nice. Also, what is this a picture of? It's just a castle. I don't understand. Also interesting, my opponent's playing snow-covered islands and regular plains. It's a little bit of a novel forest. Oh! Okay, we're gonna play the Stinkweed Imp. Start attacking. But we really need a forest now. And I guess a swamp lets us kill the familiar, which could be nice. But I think I'd probably just wait until I get more creatures that I can hit. I don't really want to discard this Wayfinder because you need it as soon as we hit a land, because then we can go like forest, use him, get a forest, crack Vessel, get another land, and then we're in business. But this is one way the deck kind of stumbles, is mana is kind of an issue, because the main engine is based around dredge. And so if you're dredging, you can't actually find more land. So if you don't have a forest to cast like a green creature, then you can't start dredging until you can do that, which is kind of annoying. Okay, if we hit a swamp, we can hit both their Sunscape familiars. So now the only bad decks are green spells and the second plains. I guess Grave Scrabbler's not a good draw either. Yep. Attack for 1 in the air. Pass turn. Any swamp works. Just any land would be really nice for us. I'm glad I kept the Baron more instead of cycling, because this hand would be even worse. I would not have been able to cast any of my cards. Yep, Man of War, I guess bouncing Crypt Rats. Sure. Actually, in that case, I'm just going to kill everything. I don't want the Man of War to survive. And I can't play and activate it if I hit a swamp anyway. And this way I have some creatures to Grave Scrabbler back. Yep, preordained. I'm just gonna F6. Yeah, so we really want to draw Forest. If we don't, I can still Grave Scribbler getting back both of these. Swamp would also be nice, because then we can Crypt Rat. But, yeah, green source is perfect. They topped both, but they have an Evolving Wilds, so they can't actually sack to find a land. Okay, Swamp is kind of nice. Just gonna Grave Scribbler end of turn. Then if I draw... I guess I can't even draw Swamp. But now Crypt Rats has enough black mana to take out these Sunscape Familiars. So as long as my opponent doesn't go off this turn... Oh, okay. Probably bouncing a Tortured Existence or a land. Okay. Gonna get back both of these creatures. Okay. Not bouncing a land isn't the worst, and I don't really need this card at the moment. Getting Stinkweed back. Yep. I think I'm just gonna discard the Stinkweed Imp. And they can't keep a counter spell up, so I can just replay this if anything else. I can chump with Grave Scribbler, so I'm not in too much trouble there. Ugh. Yep. Bounce a land. I think I'm going to discard a Vessel now. Oh. I'm just going to discard still a Vessel. I don't have enough time to spend this much green mana. If they Ghostly Flicker again, though, that's pretty rough. But this deck does have what it takes to go in the long game. We're ahead on time, which is very important. Yep. Snap, recast. Mnemonic Wall. Getting back Ghostly Flicker, and then we're in kind of a hard lock at this point. Yeah, so we can't really dawdle around so long. Not gonna dredge. Come on. Okay, so here they can just bounce the Crypt Rats, and they can kind of just kill us. We're gonna make them do it though. And if they, for some reason, mess up and let us have cards still on the battlefield, then we're doing quite well. And we have pretty good setup for this matchup after sideboarding. And again, if we had just drawn any lands, we could have gotten enough permanents in play where the Denrova Horror didn't matter so much. We're just going to take the 4. Just going to F6. Discarding F6. Probably these Vessels first. They can flicker 3 times. Yep, discarding Vessel. If somehow they leave me with land, I guess there's like no way they can bounce wrong. But I don't know why they keep bouncing this Existence. I can just replay it. Like, bounce my lands. Yep, Nightscape Familiar, sure. Man, if I had just hit a Swamp and was able to kill the Sunscape Familiars, that would have been so nice. I think this is probably just game. They bounce a land. I'll give myself one more draw step. I'm gonna discard Grave Scrabbler. I don't have the mana to do that anymore. I just need to Crypt Rats for, I guess, 4 now, which is pretty tough. Yep. No dredge. Yep, okay. Going to sideboard. We have a lot to bring in though, which is nice. So bringing in Last Rites for sure, Mesmeric Fiend, Augur of Skulls. I like the Gatekeepers as well. Seal of Doom, maybe. We'll see if we have enough to bring in. Fume Spitter's not so great. I don't think the infinite combo is really necessary, so I'm going to slide that out. Wickerbot Elder could be fine. Raven's Crime, Last Rites, Crypt Rats. Let's set out one Auramancer. Tilling Tree Folk, I think it's still good. Just hitting lands is so nice against them. The last card to cut would be... I don't think I need 2 Gatekeepers. I'm just going to need 1. So we can run it like this. Okay. We have all our colors and 2 pretty good hand disruption spells, so I'm going to keep. They don't really have a good way to deal with Mesmeric Fiend outside of like Snap. So I can Evolving Wilds for a swamp, play Mesmeric Fiend turn 2. I think Augur of Skulls is better after they have less cards in hand. And if we hit a Tortured Existence, then we can just start draining their cards away. Because they really need a critical mass of cards, and if we can get rid of Mnemonic Wall, that'd be nice. I think this deck needs 1 Fairy Macabre in the sideboard. Swamp. So I'm definitely going to be adding that after this round. Mesmeric Fiend. Muldrifter, Ghostly Flicker, Seagate. I don't know if there's any way... I don't have a way to exile the Ghostly Flicker just yet. I think I'm going to take one of these Muldrifters. Just reduce the number of ways they can recoup card advantage, and then Augur of Skulls might hit them pretty hard. But they have definitely a slow start, so if we can get Tortured Existence online, we can just kind of drain their hand down. They don't have the Mnemonic Wall yet. Yep, just bounce a land, so we know they have that. So they have a Swamp now, and then 1 mystery card. Grave Scrabbler. So I'm going to cycle Baron more. I'd like to hit a Tortured Existence. Abyssal Gatekeeper, or one of. Wayfinder hopefully finds us a land. Yep, there's our Tortured Existence and our Last Rites. Okay, so passing turn. Next turn we can Augur of Skulls plus Abyssal Gatekeeper. But at least we have all the colors to play our spells this time. So they played the Swamp, Seagate's done. Okay. Don't have any good attacks. Another Swamp, not what we want. I think I still like playing Augur of Skulls. Regenerates, just a good threat. And starting now, that way if I draw a Tortured Existence, I can start getting it back and discarding cards. No attacks. So they go land. Wow, they have 8 cards in hand. Yeah. It's not looking great for us. But we have time. Vessel of Nascency might be our best draw. Yep. Okay, they found the card. So they can use a Ghostly Flicker, so they cast that. They have a Mana War too? Jeez. Yep, bouncing Augur. Then they can flicker to the Seagate Manivore. Yeah, we'll take 1. Okay. Okay, Vessel of Nascency is what we wanted. We have like probably 2 more turns for setup before we just lose. Here I think I'm going to take a Crypt Rats. Card can just wipe their whole board. I'm going to play Augur of Skulls, so they want to get things down, but then I can also kill their cards. So I think that's kind of nice. Obviously would have preferred a Tortured Existence, but it's kind of the next best thing. Any swamp off the top and we can just wipe everything. And their deck really relies on having creatures in play. Yeah. So you can bounce Augur again. So they're down 1 Ghostly Flicker. They still have 1 more. So they can like flicker Manivore their Sunscape Familiar back in play. If, okay, Seagate. So they can't flicker. Maybe they have Snap. But yeah, any swamp, we're in a pretty good spot. I guess they'll have 2 Muldrifters, but Crypt Rats killing the Sunscape Familiar will really buy us time. Land. Come on. Okay, so we can go Augur of Souls plus Crypt Rats. Falling Wilds. So they can still bounce the Crypt Rats, but now we can get a swamp. And lowering their creature count is so good. And if we hit another land next turn, then even if they bounce the Crypt Rats, we can kill like a Dinrova Horror if they play it. So, Tortured Existence, always a good draw. It's the namesake card for a reason. Okay, this card can regenerate, but they don't have black up. So they need a way to deal with this Crypt Rats. Yeah, you can bounce it, but that doesn't actually save you in the long run. So they've used both flickers. Yep, bouncing the Crypt Rats. But I can still play it and then activate it for 3. And I get to Augur of Skulls on their on my upkeep. I don't see why they played the Nightscape Familiar. Unless they have Counterspell. Nope. Sure. Okay, so my turn I can go Crypt Rats, activate for 3. And it's gonna be good. I mean, they'll have 2 Muldrifters back, but we can definitely deal with that. Actually, they won't. Well, they'll probably discard lands. And given that we're going to kill everything, we're going to chump this attack. So we're getting Swamp. Upkeep, you discard. I like that extra Augur of Skulls. So here we're gonna Crypt Rats. No reason to try and attack. And we're gonna do it now so they can't regenerate. And if they have Snap, that's quite bad. But that's okay. Now we're in pretty good position. They have 2 Muldrifters that we know about. But we have Stinkweed Imp to block, and as soon as we hit Tortured Existence, which we've been through half our deck, so we should, we have Vessel of Nascency to find more. And if they're just hard casting a Muldrifter, we can start playing Augur of Skulls and Stinkweed Imps. Yeah, Denrova Horror, we can just play Abyssal Gatekeeper actually. Gonna discard Stinkweed Imp. I think. No, I think. Yeah, Stinkweed Imp. I want to have Grave Scrabbler in hand in case they did Denrova Horror again. Not gonna dredge. So I can still cycle this. Not gonna dredge. Come on. Well, we can play Tilling Treefolk and Abyssal Gatekeeper, and Treefolk can get cycling lands back. Plus it's just a permanent, it can chump. Barrenmoor, Barrenmoor. I targeted them both. Okay, I was like, what's going on? Yes, I will. Swamp. Gatekeeper. So, probably just gonna chump with the Treefolk if given the option. Well, I mean, I'm assuming they have a way to deal with this Gatekeeper. If not, then I'm definitely blocking with that. One, two, three, four, five. Sure. So now they can attack. Draw 2 off the Muldrifter. Or sack the Muldrifter to the Gatekeeper. But that's not so bad for me, even. Not having Muldrifter in play means Ghostly Flicker is worse. I like no attacks. Yeah, and as soon as we can find Tortured Existence again, we have a lot of draws to hit it. Vessel of Nascency is perfect. Still don't have it. I can only play 1 Augur of Skulls. So I think I'm just going to grab Evolving Wilds, thin my deck even more. Play you. I'm just going to play the Augur and cycle the Barrenmoor, because even if I do play Tortured Existence this turn, it's not amazing for me. But next turn I'll have a lot of mana, so I can do a lot of stuff. Like Crypt Rats away his board or whatever. Which, Crypt Rat seems like the key card in this matchup. So they can cast Ghostly Flicker, and that would be a beating. That's not so bad. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Impulse. So they can't play Mnemonic Wall and Flicker this turn. So we have some pretty good odds with thinning our deck even more, double cycle, and we've been through half our deck, so the odds are really high that we find it now. If he flickers, I think I just discard. I guess it depends on what they bounce. He's probably bouncing the Augur though. Yeah. I think now I'm gonna fetch, cycle, and then see what I draw to decide what to discard. Yep. Discard. I guess this auger. I really just need, it's kind of Tortured Existence or bust at this point. Crypt Rats I've already used, so I need to get that back. They can preordain. But I have 6 black, so I can go Tortured Existence, get back Crypt Rats, play it, activate for 3. That's not quite enough. So I can make like a 1-turn play, get it back with Grave Scrabbler, and then play it. No dredge. Come on, right now. Okay. Nope. Ugh. Hey. We're gonna play it. Keep the. I guess we can discard Grave Scrabbler next time, which is kind of nice. We can get back. Oh, actually, that's quite good. We can get back Crypt Rats off Grave Scrabbler. We have enough lands to use it. We're quite ahead on time, which is good. If we can win this match, go to game 3. So they're gonna flicker again. Oh, sure. Draw all the cards you want. As soon as I resolve this Tortured Existence, there's 4 of them left in the top 25. Or I guess 3 left, because we found one in the beginning. So this is the downside of keeping a hand without the Existence, but sometimes you just have to assume you're going to find it. But sometimes statistics works against you. Sure, it's not so bad. I'll probably just chump with the brown scale. I actually really hope they flicker the horror. They've used 3 of them though. Okay, so they're gonna, yeah, now they can flicker the horror in the wall. Then I can discard Grave Scrabbler, get back Crypt Rats, nuke their board, and they'll be tapped out. You should do this like at the end of my turn, I would think. Especially after attacking. Now you're tapped out, and you can't, like, you could, like, when they die, Ghostly Flicker. I don't even, this seems bad. I'm not complaining, this lets me win the game. Well, at least stand a chance without my Tortured Existence. And Grave Scrabbler is such a beating. So now we get to kill at least 1 Mnemonic Wall and a Denrova Horror. So we take 2, which isn't the worst. Nope. We'll draw it one day. Okay, so doing it for 4 is enough. 2, 3. Yeah. Crypt Rats. They scooped. Alright. Game 3. We have a pretty good shot now. They conceded the match. Okay. That's quite weird. Okay, well this is a terrible example of how strong this card is, but see you guys next round.